What?
Subscribe.
Subscribe. We'll highlight all that. Don't you worry.
I'm just
But of
saying,
course,
you gotta remind people. You want to get
Subscribe right now.
subscribe.
subscribe. Of course.
Philadelphia, baby, you're gonna love it. Best sports fans in the world. Actually, the worst, but that's what makes them the best.
Got my shades on and my J's on.
This guy.
I'm trying to not think about what happened this past week in golf. Trying to not think about how maybe the most obvious thing. I don't know. Maybe not obvious, but as Aaron Boone says for Yankees media, it's right in front of us.
What was right in front of me all weekend was the most electric closer entrance in all of baseball.
You know, we actually had a really good weekend, both you and I. I went to the Mets game on Friday night. While you saw Johan Duran, I got to see Ryan.
I'm going to correct you there because he is the Phillies closer for the foreseeable future. It's Johan Duran.
It's Johan. All right, thank you.
It rhymes. That's what I tell people. His name rhymes.
First of all, yes, it's electric. I would argue with the people that the Mets and the Phillies have the three best reliever walkout song mantra montages out there. I've never been to an Edwin Diaz game where he has pitched.
That's
the first time I ever see Edwin Diaz pitch. First of all, they lost the game in extras. I don't understand. Actually, hold on. I'll get to that. Ryan Helsley comes out to Hell's Bells, followed by Edwin Diaz and Narcos. 2 electric innings back to back, getting to hear a great song.
Yeah, but Ryan Helsley, like Trevor Hoffman, exists. He did Hell's Bells.
I know, but it fits the mantra. I'm not going to say like a lot of like young fans don't know who Trevor Hoffman is. If you don't know who he is, you need to open a book, touch grass, go surf the internet. In my opinion, while Mo is incredible, I think Trevor Hoffman, as a stuff guy, is the best reliever I've ever watched. I think Mo is incredible. I think Mo carries a lot of weight. He's historic. He's like the revolutionary of the closer, I guess you could say. Trevor Hoffman, as an NL guy, like and the dude could hit. Like he was a very rare breed. Anywho, Hell's Bells and Narcos was both electric. Plus like the added first game after the deadline. I don't understand why Cedric Mullins wasn't in the starting lineup at all.
He stinks. I'm so happy that you guys traded for him. That dude is terrible.
I would be so inexplicably pissed off if they instead traded the house for fucking Luis Robert.
I love Harrison Bader. I never once said a bad thing about Harrison Bader when he was on the Mets.
Bader's a good ad. I like it. Well, all right, here. This is
he just hit his first home run as a Philly tonight. Fucking tank shot to left field, 3-run jack.
This is my gripe. Before we start the show, why is it when you go into extras and you have the Manfred man on second base, bunt the fucking ball?
Because nobody teaches bunting anymore.
Bunt the fucking ball. The Mets could not score in the 10th inning. And they had the top of the order up. I'm like, Brendan Nimmo, fucking bunt.
He stinks. That's why.
Cedric Mullins is at second base. He's fast enough. Like, bunt the ball, bring up Lindor, and let's try. And Lindor hit a good shot to center field. That's your sac fly. Then you get Soto and Alonso and co. Come on, like bunt the ball.
Can I just say thank you to the Minnesota Twins organization? The fact that the trade within the trade sent over Johan Duran's entire entrance and graphics package to the Phillies and made sure
that was in the trade package.
The guy who created it, who I believe is like the head of like not communications, but he's in that realm. I forget his title, so I apologize. He and Duran have become very close, and he called him when the trade happened and said, "So what do you want to do? Do you want to keep it? Do you want to like start something new?" And he said, "Yeah, I would like to keep it." I think we worked really hard on it. They spent 500 hours creating that entrance with the graphics, the music sync, everything. It's a 500-hour project. The Phillies had 36 hours to get it into their system at Citizens Bank Park. And it is unfucking believable.
Is Yohan Duran is he the Spider? Is that like his moniker?
So the trainers with the Twins started calling him the Durantula, and he liked it. So that's where the spiders come from.
All right. I didn't know if it like his like nickname, because like he was like a.
And now in the ballpark app, when you're at Citizens Bank Park, there's a feature inside of it to sync your phone light up to the entrance music so that the lights go to the beat of his song. The 2 times I was at Citizens Bank Park this weekend, seeing Jimmy Rollins get enshrined on the Wall of Fame, and it being alumni weekend, which the Phillies organization does such a brilliant job of, Duran pitched both nights. He broke Citizens Bank Park's record for fastest pitch by a Philly 5 times last night.
I also saw that he his walkout music took 1 minute and 30 seconds. And the inning
let it be as long as they want.
No, sorry. The walkout and everything took 120 or 130 seconds. The actual pitching took 1.5 minutes, 90 seconds.
Friday night, he threw 4 pitches to get his first save.
That's so funny.
Didn't throw a single fastball. Every pitch was 99 miles an hour. And then yesterday, he just threw 103 by Riley Green.
By the way, we need to go final series of the year, 25, 26, 27. If you want to come out to New York, we need to go to Phillies Mets at Citi Field.
It's Phillies Mets at the Bank. Second week of September, 4-game series. It's going to be fucking electric.
Would also... Am I around for that? I might be around for that. It's midweek. I'll have to see. I could probably try and swing that. Definitely not the 8th. Maybe later on in the week. But like, if you want to come to New York, we could certainly organize. Would love to have you out.
I have nothing but lovely, just amazing words to say about Yohan Duran. What an absolute.
All right, don't fucking glaze the guy.
I love him, and I love that we have him under team control for 2.5 years.
And that's one of the sole deals I think of the deadline with that and like Mason Miller, where I
don't even think Mason Miller, like, I don't know how long he lasts.
Apparently they want to make him a starting pitcher.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Which I think is just like a absurdity. No, but I like trading the top part of your farm to get Duran. I totally get it. That
we didn't even trade our top 4 prospects.
Was Mick Abel not a top prospect?
He was number 6. We still held on to Andrew Painter.
Well, Mick
Aiden
Abel
Miller
was though hasn't he played at the big league level? So he's
pitched this year at the big league level, but he's still a prospect.
So like maybe in the update, it might have like dropped him a little bit because he was already like in the big.
He was still top 10, but we didn't give up 3 of our 4 top 4 prospects and 4 of our 5 top 5 prospects.
Yeah, and honestly, it's a great grab for the Phils. But we need to get going because I have to talk about why I'm also wearing my hater blockers. I've got a bone to pick with the world of golf, and we're going to get right into it in just a second. So hang tight. We'll be right back right here. Get in the hole. Intro coming.
Subscribe to Get in the Hole Pod.
Hello, friends. Welcome in to Get in the Hole here, live from Underground Sports Philadelphia's podcast network, streaming live on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and wherever you get your favorite podcasts. Joining me, as always, on the desk, the big man, the big beard, the handsome, beautiful man I get to call one of my best friends, Kyle Bennett. KB in the house, as always. Despite the fact that he looks like he's been ran over by a truck, I mean, it's
this is nothing. It's only going to get worse. As it goes on.
Nothing will beat though the Get in the Hole weekend in Philadelphia, going from Bristol all the way home. And I think the few weeks after that too, you had a lot going on. But
PLL season started. Like This week, I was literally at Citizens Bank Park on Friday. I had Saturday pseudo off, but then I had PLL after dark. So I was up until midnight doing press conferences and stuff, which I love doing, but then you start to wear down. And then Sunday, we had our Underground Circuit live watch party and live podcast at the F1 Arcade, which was
sick, by the way. Incredible
unbelievable. Stuff. Thank you to Nicole Perry and the entire team over at the arcade. Just amazing stuff. And then I was at Sunday Night Baseball right after that. Mm-hmm. And then today is my brother-in-law Matt's birthday, so we were just at my sister and brother-in-law's apartment for his birthday. And then tomorrow I'm at Citizens Bank Park after working the day job. And then Wednesday, I'm at the AJR concert in Camden with my sister.
Oh, baby.
And then Friday, Saturday is the final regular season games of the PLL season. And then Sunday, I have Eagles open practice that Jacob, for part of his internship, is doing man on the street stuff in the parking lots and everything, doing some interviews there. And then Monday, Tuesday after that, I work the day job. And then maybe, just maybe not August 13th, I'm going to my first Philadelphia Union game with Harrison for the U.S. Open Cup quarterfinal. And then maybe, just maybe, Thursday, August 14th. So in about 10 days from us recording this, I might be able to exhale on the giant inhale I have done since Friday.
I'm not going to lie to you. I kind of want to join you for that Union game.
It's going to be a doozy at the Sub.
I may have to drive out and experience. I've never even been to like an NYCFC game or a Red Bulls game in Jersey. I'm not going to Jersey. Then again, forget Jersey. I'll just skip the whole thing and just go right to Philadelphia. Yeah, man, now huge week in the world of golf. We begin the FedEx Cup playoffs. There's no time for us to exhale, at least in this space, in this medium, for probably the next 3 weeks, maybe even the next 5 to 6 weeks, because we're not only starting out the FedEx Cup playoffs, but we got 3 weeks of this Tour Championship. We have Creator Classic at the Tour Championship. We've got Ryder Cup news to get to. Tons of people to talk to. Lots of awesome guests being spread out over the next 5 to 6 weeks to get you geared up for the Ryder Cup and, of course, the playoffs as we start here. But with that being said, before we get into all of the action here, talking all of the golf, want to give a shout out to our people over at 47 Brand. Naturally, the go-to sponsor that we always jump to immediately as we begin these shows, because we got to hype ourselves up, right? Went to the golf course the other day, talking to a friend who was, of course, rocking his gimme rope hat, his New York Giants gimme hat. And I'm like, yo, hey, dude, like, sick hat. He's like, yeah, like, I'm a firm believer of like the look good, feel good mantra, right? Like, if you dress really well, you look your Sunday best to the golf course, you might be able to do something. Well, I shot the best score of my life, looking fly as shit, and wearing my 47 Brand New York Golf Club hat. Like, perfect conditions, great weather, and only made better with 47 Brand, who not only are one of the best sponsors, a part of our network, but also just in general. That, like, I can't speak highly enough about how good their product is. You and I both say, like, we do not support brands on this channel or any of our channels if we don't believe in the product itself. And whether it's their Loop, Vacation, Milkwood, the new 47 collab with Bryce Harper and Phillies, and all of the MLB, their Rollins collection, their Loop collection, their Pro Shop collection.
So what we getting done today? The usual.
My mama told me before I left my town. My mama told me.
Perfect.
I'm going home.
The official provider of TGL headwear.
You see the new Forward collection, Steve?
What's that?
Do you see the new Forward collection? I think you're going to be rocking this for the fall golf swing.
And the Hero collection, too, is sick as well. Like, so many great things coming out of 47 Brand. We love them. You should love them, too. Check them out at the link in our description to get free shipping on your next order. And check out all the good things that 47 Brand has to offer. Again, link in our description to go and check that out. So let's get into why I'm wearing my Tomahawks today. We'll chat more with Tomahawk in a little bit. But why am I wearing my shades today? Well, how the fuck could we not have thought? And I said it last week. 999 unique winners on the PGA Tour in its history. How is it not the most obvious thing on earth that Cameron Young would be Mr. 1000? Like, the guy stiffs us every week. Tommy Fleetwood, I feel bad for. Cam Young just sucks, and he happens to have really great weeks every few go-arounds. And now here we are, Mr. 1000, the 1000th unique winner in PGA Tour history, wins the Wyndham Championship. KB, how did we not see this coming?
Because he's boring.
Did you see his reaction to when he won?
Yeah, I think I saw the tweet that you
negative,
put out.
No emotion, glazed in the eyes. Like, Amanda Balionis goes like, "How does it feel to finally be winning?" He's like, "Yeah, no, I didn't want emotions to override me here, but yeah, it's great." Like that was it. Like, and like the photo of him holding the trophy, it's just him like mean mugging it. I'm like, dog, like, show some emotion. And like everyone on social is tweeting out, "Oh no, bro, but he's a hardened dude from the Bronx." Guys, he grew up on Sleepy Hollow Golf Club in Tarrytown, New York, an hour north of the Bronx. He went to high school at Fordham Prep on the Fordham campus in the northern part of the Bronx. Took the train to school. Like, he's as much me as I am him, minus the fact that he's really good at golf. Now, okay, it's true. Come on. Private high school kid, took the train to school, lived in a nice town. I mean, like you don't see me. Oh yeah, no, he's from New York City. No, I'm from Long Island. Like, he's from upstate New York. He's from a really rich area where the Knicks and the Rangers train. Like, he's not from the Bronx, and the street narrative that he's from the streets is so absurd. But here's Cameron Young, Mr. 1000. I can't shit on him too much. He did that at the end of the day win, and probably will be on this Ryder Cup team. But big win at the Wyndham, 6-shot victory over the entirety of the field. A clinic put on by Cameron Young to just get out ahead early, 3 rounds in the low 60s. It's the third largest margin of victory on tour this year. Scotty Scheffler won by 8 at the Byron Nelson. Tom Dietrich won by 7 at the Waste Management. Now Cameron Young here at the Wyndham. He also set the tournament scoring record at 22 under par. He jumps to 16th in the FedEx Cup standings, where we'll see him this week at down in Memphis. He also jumps to 15th in the Ryder Cup points. KB, I want to ask you this. Now that Cameron Young is making the case, as has multiple people now from the States getting some big-time wins, do you, as of right now, this very moment, Cameron Young's 15th currently on the Ryder Cup points list. Is he on your team?
No.
What's it going to take to get Cameron Young on the Ryder Cup team? Do you think 3 more solid weeks?
Some emotion, some passion, some flair. Why would I want the guy who looks like he just stands like the meme of like in your parents' door, "Mom, I threw up." That's Cameron Young personified.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Like, here's the problem, man. And we've been saying this for weeks, and I was talking to Max even off air. If you haven't seen the interview with him last week, go check that out. But like, I've been trying to wrap my head around like who's going to end up making this team, and I've officially put myself on the wagon that Keegan Bradley should be a player captain. In which case, there's 5 VC spots to take. He's currently 15th, right? He's played better than Patrick Cantlay as of late. He's played better than Andrew Novak. He's played better than Brian Harmon. The results haven't necessarily been there. 1 win in his last 4 starts. Really, actually, one top 20 result, which is this past win in his last 4 starts. Finished 4th back-to-back at the Canadian Open and the U.S. Open. But outside of that, he's only got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 other top 25 finishes in his probably 30 starts this year. It hasn't really been the best run of things. He has a handful of missed cuts, particularly at every single major, with the exception of the PGA, where he finished just shy of 50th, and the U.S. Open. Has not played inspiring golf when he went to Bay Hill, when he played at the Genesis, when he played at the Players or the Valspar. So I'm not sold on it yet. I need probably two top 20s in the next 3 weeks to get me there, as of right now. But Cameron Young, like, it's undeniable that he has power. He has the ability to play on this team. But I think you're absolutely right. I think he lacks the emotion more than anything else. Like we want flair. We want dramatics. Like, what was the big knock on Brian Harman in Rome? He didn't have that kind of emotion, even though the claim is that he's as fiery as everyone else. Does Ben Griffin have the emotion? Does Andrew Novak or Matt McNeely have the emotion? I don't really know. But I can tell you this much. I feel like Cameron Young certainly doesn't. So he needs to show me a little more to get me on swinging with him. But that's to be seen. But regardless, congratulations, Cameron Young, for being the 1,000th unique winner on the PGA Tour. Now it's time for Tommy Fleetwood to get a win in the next couple of weeks, and then we really start to get the ball rolling with who's going to be the next longtime drought player on the PGA Tour. But I'm wearing the blockers because I cannot believe that Cameron Young won, and I'm not going to look you dead in the camera until the other part of the segment where I get to actually shy away from talking about Cameron Young, which is actually good enough for us. It's coming right now. Let's check Hotline. Who's in, who's out as the FedEx Cup playoffs start this week at the FedEx St. Jude. We turn our attention to the FedEx Cup standings to see who performed well. Oddly enough, and it's so funny looking back on it because, like, usually in years past, you get some movement towards the back end, and you get some late dramatics. There really wasn't that at all. One player in the top 70 fell out. One player in the back 70 flew in. That one who got in was Chris Kirk, a top 10 finish, lands him at 61st on the standings. The guy out, Ben On, went all the way from 64th to 74th, and he will miss the FedEx Cup playoffs. It's crazy because Ben On actually had a really good year, all things considered. Unfortunately for Ben, early in the year was suspended for using a banned substance while he was back home in Korea, but came out and actually had a career year. And a lot of it came in the early half of the year. Unfortunately, it sort of fizzled out towards the end, but Ben On falls out of the top 70. The last first five out, Davis Thompson, who was in the Tour Championship last year, Gary Woodland, Nikolai Højgaard, Ben On, Keith Mitchell, some other notable names that didn't make it to the playoffs. Christian Bezadenhout finishes at 76th. Matt McCarty, who won earlier in the year at the Black Desert, finished at 82nd. Rasmus Højgaard, who's actually a European Ryder Cup hopeful, finished at 85th this year. Michael Torbjornsson at 88th. Adam Scott finished at 90th. Adam Scott, this is the first time in Adam Scott's career since creating the FedEx Cup playoffs in 2007 that he will not play in a playoff match, which is like crazy to think. This guy's been around forever, and it's just been a stalwart. Joel Damon did finish in the top 15. Unfortunately, he needed to finish second or better. He finishes at 93rd, so he misses out. Tom Kim, 94th, will miss out on a second consecutive year. Billy Horschel finishes at 102. Victor Perez, 109. Max Homa finishes at 111. He missed the cut, as well as Sai Thagala, who will finish at 142. And Adam Hadwin, 136. Will Zalatoris, 138. All of those guys will be missing out. It's been a really bad year for Thagala. I think he might be able to get a medical exemption because he's been kind of in and out for the entirety of the year. But Max Homa, this is going to be. We're going to see him in the fall. He's going to need to earn his tour card. Same thing with Tom Kim. Same with Joel Damon. A lot of these guys, the fall is going to be a really pivotal make or break part of the year. So really interesting to see who will prevail there. And then for who actually made the standings, we'll give you some of the highlights. the top 10 going into the playoff, the Comcast top 10 to finish the year. Scotty Scheffler, Rory McIlroy, Sepp Straka, Russell Henley, Justin Thomas, Ben Griffin, Harris English, JJ Spawn, Tommy Fleetwood, and Keegan Bradley. Bunch of top names sprayed all across this list. Some notable jump ups. Andrew Novak finishes his highest ever at 12th. Chris Goddard up 22nd with his 2 incredible weeks abroad. Justin Rose at 25th. Sanjay M at 29th. Some of the first-time winners on tour: Ryan Gerard, 31st. Ryan Fox, 32nd. Jacob Bridgman, 33rd. Brian Campbell, 34th. That clip of 4 are kind of the biggest surprises that I would say that are on this list. PGA Tour rookie Aldrich Potgeider at 43rd. Akshay Bhatia swings in at 45. Jake Knapp, 47th. And Jordan Spieth and Wyndham Clark sneak into the top 50, 48th and 49th, respectfully. Who was on the outside looking in going into this week? Tony Finau at 60th is going to be an interesting pick. Ricky Fowler at 64th. Eric Van Rooyen, Ethan's guy, at 68. Mackenzie Hughes, 59th. Johnny Vegas and Aaron Rye, 55 and 56. And JT Poston and Kirk Kitayama, 51 and 52 are some names to look out for. So that is the field this week. We go to Memphis and the FedEx St. Jude down at TPC Southwind in Memphis. 69-man field, the smallest field on tour to date. Rory McIlroy will not be in the field this week. We'll chat a little bit more about who we like later on in the show. But KB, quick little run through. I've done a lot of talking before we head to break. Any thoughts about the past week in golf? Any thoughts about what occurred? What your opinions are? Do you want to bash Cameron Young a little more? What are you thinking?
No thoughts, just vibe. Shout out to Andrew Novak.
I love Andrew Novak. I'm really praying that Andrew Novak goes absolutely hard, and then we get him on this show as he's hoisting a FedEx Cup trophy. That would be
We need to reach
incredible.
out and get him on here.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do that pretty soon. We're gonna take a short break though. On the other side, we got our shout outs of the week. We got a loaded LPGA slate in our shout outs. We have a great farewell to one of the best names in golf, a really big birthday shout out, and we got to talk about the movies. We're gonna get to all that and more, and our picks for the FedEx St. Jude on the other side, right here from the underground, getting the whole KB and Steve will.
Subscribe to get in the whole pod.
Get in the Hole is brought to you by our amazing merch partners, PHI Apparel Company. With their unique designs for all, there's no doubt in our minds you will stand out in the crowd. Rep your favorite golf podcast and get your official Get in the Hole shirts and hoodies at phiapparel.co. When you check out, use code UNDERGROUND to get 10% off your entire order. Again, that's code UNDERGROUND for 10% off your next merch order at phiapparel.co. Stand out in the crowd, on the course, at the 19th hole, or quite frankly, anywhere with the official merch partner of Underground Sports Philadelphia. Welcome back in, ladies and germs, to Get in the Hole here, KB and Steve-O. Second half of this show is presented by our friends at McGregor Golf, getting you geared up for not only the rest of the summer, but as we enter the fall season. The leaves might be falling, but the golf clubs will keep on swinging. If you're in the need and in the market for a new set of clubs, you're looking to get back into the game, you're brand new to the game, you want to get your child involved in the game, McGregor Golf is your go-to. One of the oldest brands out there on the market. Jack Nicklaus used to play. Johnny Miller used to play. Some of the biggest names in the sport used to rep the guys over at McGregor, used to rep the M. They were rated the 2024 DTC Company of the Year by MyGolfSpy, quoted as a proven performer that offers a unique value proposition for golfers. Anything from junior sets to pro sets. They have the MT86 milled face irons. They have their insane hybrid iron set for those older folks. Travel bags, cart bags. They're selling everything from the heads only. One of the only brands to be able to do that. Everything that you need, from their milled series to their cavity backs to their magically easy wizard full hybrid set. McGregor Golf has you covered. You can check the link in our description to get on that train. Get ready, get playing with McGregor Golf. KB, we start out our shouts this week presented by Acorn Hills, naturally. One of our awesome merch partners as well. Can't say more than enough great things about the guys over at oh my God, where's all my stuff? Over at Acorn Hills, and we're changing clothing through conservation and getting you geared up for the rest of the summer with some of the absolute best apparel in the game, using plantable clothing tags, biodegradable packaging, and for every dollar spent on National Forest Foundation, we'll plant a seedling to promote afforestation across our land. Be sure to use code GITH15. That's Get in the Hole 15 for 15% off your next order at acornhillsco.com. Again, code GITH15 for 15% off your next order at acornhillsco.com. Look your best from the ground up. We start our shout-outs this week to the LPGA's Mia Yamashita, the winner of the AIG Women's Open, beat out Charlie Hull by a whopping 2 strokes to earn not only her first LPGA victory, but her first LPGA major victory as well. A huge win for Yamashita. The 13-time LPGA Japan champion jumps 15th in the world rankings with her win. So shout out to her. Also want to give a shout out to Auburn amateur Jackson Koiven, who had a 3rd straight top 11 finish on the PGA Tour. 3 starts, 3 top 11s. Can't really beat that early on in a career. He earned a spot into the Pro Core Championship at the beginning of September later on in the year. So he will be fighting. I believe he's going to be officially joining the PGA Tour ranks. So we'll hopefully see him as a pro at the Pro Core. We'll see how things go. KB, you want to take the next shot out here?
Is it Gino?
Yeah, it's Gino.
Shouts to Gino. Titty cool?
Titty cool.
That they are. Your new
Pause.
No pause.
Oh.
That's real. That's real. Real ones now. Come on. Oh, come on. Newest world number 1 on the LPGA. Rolex, not a sponsor of us, but world ranking after finishing T30, while reigning world number 1 Nelly Korda finished 36th.
Unfortunate for Nelly finishing 36th. Praying for her, wishing best for her. By the way, I think we were officially going to start the Lottie tracker after speaking last week and glazing up Lottie Woad. She finished T8th at 4 under par this past week. So a win as an amateur, a win as a pro, and a top 8 finish. I had mentioned Jackson Koiven's great 3 straight top 11s. I think that kind of beats that, though. Want to give a farewell shout out to Ian Baker Finch, one of the best in the golf world. Officially retired at the end of this past week, closing out what has been a tremendous career in the game of golf. He spent over 5 decades in the game, from 17 pro wins across the world, most notably at the PGA Tour of Australia, and of course winning the 1991 Open Championship, and as well as assisting Gary Player in the 03, 05, and 07 President's Cups as a vice captain. Unfortunately, Baker Finch was never able to play in the President's Cup, but he was able to lend a helping hand for the team. In addition to playing on the...
Lost your mic. Can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
What the hell just happened? I have no idea. I think my thing just shut out of me. Where was I talking about Ian Baker Finch?
I just heard that you were shouting him out.
Oh, all right, great, even better, perfect. Want to give a farewell shout out to Ian Baker Finch as I reiterate exactly what I've been saying for the last 30 seconds. He officially retired this past week after spending over 5 decades in the game of golf. Started his career back in the late 80s, had 17 pro wins across throughout the world, including the PGA of Australia. He won the 1991 Open Championship and had a pair of wins on the PGA Tour as well. In international play, he assisted Gary Player in the 03, 05, and 07 President's Cups as a vice captain. But aside from playing golf, he is most notable, to me at least, in the latter half of his career. Spent the last 27 years in broadcasting, which is just an incredible feat to go from the golf course and go right into the booth. But to be so good at it is really something else. So we talk all about like pundits and Greg Olson, Tony Romo, all these guys in the NFL in particular. who go into the booth. But Ian Baker Finch was unlike any other. He was absolutely incredible. He started his career with ABC and ESPN. Since 2007, he worked with CBS and he never looked back. Congrats on a great career to Finchy, Ian Baker Finch, an awesome career. It's really sad though that in the span of 2 years, we managed to not only lose IBF but also Vern Lundquist, who both just incredible individuals and two mentors of the sports broadcasting community. So happy retirement, Ian Baker Finch. Best of luck to you, my friend. Do your best out there. Finally, our birthday shout outs this week before KB gets into the good stuff. I want to give a shout out to Webb Simpson, celebrating his birthday later on this week. He's turning the big 4-0. He isn't quite over the hill yet, but he's certainly getting there. 2012 U.S. Open champion. Is a 7-time PGA Tour winner. Was at one time one of the top 5 best players in the world back in 2020. Webb has been an absolute stalwart on the PGA Tour for a long time, and he has been just an absolutely incredible golfer, up and down throughout. He had his first 2 wins on tour at the Wyndham Championship and the Deutsche Bank Championship in the FedEx Cup playoffs. He was a member of the U.S. 2011 President's Cup team, 2013 and 2019 teams. He joined the PGA Tour in 2008 through Q School and never looked back ever since. Was a really successful amateur, was a great pro. And so Webb Simpson, man, celebrating his 40th birthday, the Raleigh native, on August 8th. So shout out to James Frederick Webb Simpson on a happy birthday this week.
Is it my turn?
It's always your turn, baby.
Well, first things first, I have 2 personal birthday shout outs. Happy birthday to my brother-in-law, Matt Castorina, the big 3-1. As we record this on his birthday, the man, the myth, the legend. Been friends since we were 7 years old, and then podcast co-host for a long time, and then ended up marrying my sister. Who would have thunk it? Not me, but I'm glad that he is my brother-in-law. So shout out to Matt. Also shout out to my dear friend Dewani, the GOAT, Philadelphia legend. If you don't know, she is one of the most talented artists on the planet, has a whole goddamn mural at Citizens Bank Park. She's truly a one of one, and want to wish her a happy birthday as well. And some of their birthday twins, Steve-O, it's pretty sweet. They share a birthday with the stars of The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, Dylan and Cole Sprouse.
This birthday is shared by a lot of really cool people.
Yes, Dylan and Cole Sprouse celebrating
this is a big birthday.
33rd birthdays. Panzan Lee, the Chinese Olympic swimmer, who's just like
wait, hold on, pause.
Unbelievable.
Hold on. The Sprouse were 33.
Yep, they're older than me.
Ew.
Yeah.
Ew.
Big time.
I thought that they were like my age.
No. Old heads.
Shit, man.
Yeah. Happy birthday to Panzan Lee, though. Chinese swimmer, Olympic gold in the 100-meter freestyle, has the world record as well. Born in 2004 on this day in Wenzhou, China. Also born on this day, Greta Gerwig, one of Hollywood's finest, known for Lady Bird, Little Women, Barbie, born in Sacramento. Happy 44th to Meghan Markle, best known for Suits, the Duchess of Sussex, and wife of Prince Harry. She also has a podcast now.
Everyone's got a podcast.
True. I always equate when the Pandy Wandy rolled around and everyone started podcasting and then realized how difficult it was. It was like back in the 80s, I would say, is when it popped off, when people were like, "Oh, I have a zine," when they were making magazines in their garages and everything.
A zine.
Yeah. Yo,
I've
check
never
out my
heard that
zine.
ever.
It's such rocket power lingo. Shout out to Marcus Houston, celebrating a birthday today, born in Los Angeles, California, American R&B singer. Also celebrating a birthday today, Steve, I need you to start your engine. It is the 54th birthday for Jeff Gordon.
Hell yeah.
Also celebrating a birthday today, Hakeem Jeffries, American attorney and politician from New York, from Brooklyn. Michael DeLuise, Gilmore Girls, Sequest, born in Los Angeles on this day in 1969. Former Cincinnati Bengals linebacker James Francis was born on this day in Houston, Texas in 1968. Also born on this day, Michael Lawrence Marsh, American sprinter, Olympic 200-meter gold medalist in 1992, won the silver in 1996. Also celebrating a birthday today, the Rocket, Roger Clemens, celebrating his 63rd birthday today. Also celebrating a birthday today, Lori Lightfoot, former mayor of Chicago. Also celebrating a birthday today, my fellow Americans, born in 1961, Barack Obama. Born in
Shout
Honolulu.
out 42.
Also celebrating a birthday today.
Right. Sorry, 44. 44, not 42. Not 42.
Also celebrating a birthday today is, let's see if there's any in between here. Billy Bob Thornton, born in 1955 on this day in Hot Springs, Arkansas. Also celebrating a birthday today. This is just a great profession, so I have to mention it because he was part of the Phoenix Horns, Earth, Wind, and Fire, played with Phil Collins, Michael Harris, American trumpet and flugelhorn player.
Sick.
The flugelhorn, Steve. Come on now. Also born on this day, back in the day, Richard Belzer, American comedian, actor, seen on Law and Order SVU. He also wrote the book How to Be a Stand-Up, UFOs, JFK, and Elvis, Conspiracies You Don't Have to Be Crazy to Believe, born in Bridgeport, Connecticut in 1944.
I love Richard Belzer, by the way.
Also born on this day.
My favorite character in Law and Order SVU.
Sadly passed away in 2023, but an absolute legend. Also celebrating a birthday, which is funny because I think the last episode we talked about someone of the same name, but a different person. 1943, David Carr, the British rock keyboardist from the Fortunes, born in London in 1943. Yes. Cleon Jones was born on this day in 1942, American baseball player, played for the New York Mets.
Cleon
MLB
Jones
All-Star.
caught the final out of the 69 World Series.
That he did, born in Mobile, Alabama, the home of the NFL Combine. Or not the Combine. The
Mobile
Senior Bowl.
Oh, okay.
Senior Bowl is there. Also born on, like you said, Steve, it is a big birthday. Frank Vincent, born on this day in 1939 from The Sopranos, born in North Adams, Massachusetts. Also born on this day, Sheldon Adelson, American business magnate, CEO of the Las Vegas Sands Casino Company, and major political donor to the GOP and Israel, born in Boston, Massachusetts.
Oh boy. We're getting political here.
Also born on this day, this is just a loaded birthday. Maurice Richard, Canadian NHL star for the Montreal Canadiens. He won the MVP in 1947. Hometown hero. He's born in Montreal in 1947. Earl Swope, American jazz and big band trombonist from Woody Herman, Stan Getz, Jim Dorsey, and Louis Bellson, born in Hagerstown, Maryland. And this is just one of the best names we've ever mentioned. 1918, African-American author, born in Chicago, Illinois, also known as Robert Beck, Iceberg Slim. Just an unbelievable name. Some final ones here. We have American jazz trombonist Floyd Stumpy Brady, born in Brownsville, Pennsylvania in 1910. And we also had, you want to talk about jazz? You like jazz, Steve? Louis Armstrong, born on this day in 1901, born in New Orleans, Louisiana. Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, born on this day in 1900. And we also have, going all the way back to 1821, Mr. Louis Vuitton, born on this day. And I believe the earliest birthday we have on record on our favorite website, onthisday.com, is 12/22, Richard DeClaire. the 6th Earl of Gloucester, the 5th Earl of Hertford, the 2nd Lord of Glamorgan, and the 8th Lord of Clare, born in Suffolk Kingdom of England
Absurd.
in 1222.
I have 2 more birthdays for UKB. First of all, I only knew at this birthday was Obama, the Queen, Meghan Markle, and Louis Armstrong for a long time, because someone very important to me is celebrating their birthday today as well. It is the one and only the mother of me, Judy Mack.
No,
celebrating her birthday today, and she's on the phone with us live
Heyo.
here on Getting the Hole. Judy, Mama, happy birthday!
Thank you so much. Am I on the radio?
Yes, you're here on the radio. Whoa, on the radio. Don't copyright us.
Hi, everybody in podcast land.
There it is. Ma, we're going through all of the famous birthdays of today. You share a birthday with, you obviously know Obama and the Queen. But Queen Elizabeth. You also share a birthday with Billy Bob Thornton, Louis Armstrong, Louis Vuitton, Meghan Markle. But personally, my favorite one, who I guarantee you do not know who he is, you share a birthday with future New York City mayor and future New York City governor, Bobby Shmurda.
There you go.
Shmurda, she wrote.
She also shares a birthday with...
Fuck Mom Donnie. Fuck Bloomberg and Giuliani and that schmuck de Blasio and Hochul. I want Bobby Shmurda in office.
She also shares a birthday with Daniel Day Kim.
Bobby Shmurda, can I get a... Mark, can you give me a... if she ain't a hoe, get up at my trap house?
No.
Come on.
What do you want me to do?
Say it for the fans.
Nah.
If she ain't a hoe...
No, I'm going to pass on that one.
Oh,
You say it
boo.
for me.
If she ain't a hoe, get up at my trap house. I've been selling crack since like the 5th grade. That's a crazy lyric to say.
Oh, God.
One of those
Well,
songs.
thank you for the shout out.
You're very welcome. Happiest of birthdays. You have a rock star birthday cast with you. What special year are we celebrating with you?
59.
Oh, happy 29th birthday, Ma.
Oh, there you go.
Happy
There you
29th.
go.
You're only 2 years old. 2 years older than me. That's crazy. What a
I
day.
love it.
Well, hey,
I love
happiest
it.
of birthdays,
Thank
Ma.
you for making my birthday special. Love you guys.
Ma,
Bye,
but
everybody. Bye.
Ma, before we let you go, what's your opinion on Cam Young being Mr. 1000 on the PGA Tour?
He's going to do good.
Is he going to be at Bethpage Ryder Cup team?
Hope so.
Hope so. Think so.
I don't know.
Is
that the right answer? Because I have no idea who he is.
I don't know. He's from New York. He went to Fordham Prep.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Cameron Young.
All right.
All right, Ma. Take it easy. Have a good night.
Love you.
Love you guys. There you go. Judy Mack celebrating her 29th birthday here on Getting the Hole with us.
A couple others, Steve.
Oh my God, we have more?
Daniel Day Kim celebrating his 57th birthday today.
Okay.
And how old are you?
27.
You're the same age as rapper Lil Skies, who celebrates his 27th birthday today.
Who the fuck is that?
What
has Lil Skies done that my career has not amounted to more than him, that I don't get a birthday shout out?
SoundCloud rapper. But on famous birthdays, he's the number 4 famous birthday. He's more famous than Meghan Markle on their website.
Doug, I have no idea what's this guy's top 5 songs on Spotify all have in the really high 9 figures, like 641 million, 437 million, 470 million, 529 million. What, like, I've never heard of this man in my entire life.
Never.
Lil Skies.
I'm more of a Big Skies person myself.
So am I, man. Like Big Sky Montana. all them big guys. All right. Enough of the birthdays. Shout out to everybody who we have mentioned. Jackson Coyven, Gino Titty Cool, because they are. Mia Yamashita, Ian Baker Finch, of course, Webb Simpson, and all the birthdays out there today and later on this week. Shout out to Matt. Shout out to Judy Mack. Shout out to Louis Vuitton.
Shout out
Louis
to Lonnie.
Armstrong, Louis. What?
Shout out to Dewani.
Fats. All the homies. Shout out to all of them. Let's get in some blind rankings. As Happy Gilmore came around, the latest Happy Gilmore 2 dropped in theaters. Not in theaters. Wow. On Netflix last week. Official review of the movie will be next week, as KB's a little behind in watching. I thought it was actually pretty good. Relied a little too heavily on nostalgia. There are a couple things in particular that I did not like, but we'll talk more about that next week on the program. But of course, Adam Sandler doing his best, had the most cameos in any movie in the last 20 years. That's 73 cameos. And it's kind of crazy. Some of them, like, you wouldn't even notice. But it was, Travis Kelce was really good. Xander Schauffele was very funny. Ricky Fowler was very funny. My favorite scene, not to spoil it, there's not really a spoiler here, but Scotty Scheffler goes to jail in the movie, which is just tremendous because, of course, how could we not put him in jail after what happened to Valhalla?
Art imitates life.
Exactly. Art always imitates life. So, official review of Happy Gilmore next week. But because of Happy Gilmore, KB, I don't know if you've come prepared. I know I have. I thought it'd be a great idea that with our friends at Tomahawk Shades, while we cannot see into the future, we can certainly see through the sun with our friends over at Tomahawk Shades, providing us the best premier small batch eyewear from the first hole to the 18th green and beyond, helping us block out the haters, get through the sun, play the golf course perfectly with great UV protection all around, represent some of the biggest names in the sports world, from baseball to football to lacrosse and beyond. Tomahawk Shades, built right down the road from me here on Long Island, keeping you looking hot and fresh throughout the day, this summer, this fall, any part of the year. You can use code USP for 25% off your next order at TomahawkShades.com or the Tomahawk Shades app on the App Store or Google Play Store. Again, TomahawkShades.com, App Store, Google Play Store, for use code USP to get a pretty hefty discount on your next order.
Hell yeah.
KB, with that being said, blind ranking the top 10 sports movies ever. Now, I'm going to ask you this because I've come strapped.
Pause.
What?
Pause.
Shut up. I have gathered a list of the best sports movies ever, selected by viewers on IMDb. I personally have my own list, but we're going to blind rank them from 10 to 1 because we got a lot of options here. KB, I'm going to start you off with one of the best movies, in my opinion, also the number one ranked movie by IMDb, Metascores, and critics, and a local legend for us, Rocky Balboa, the original Rocky, in 1976.
I also need you to get out of my head because yesterday when we got home from the F1 arcade, Jacob and I banged out like 30 minutes of blind ranking videos that will be coming to social pretty soon. Rocky 1?
Yes, like the Rocky. And for context here, no sequels will be in this list.
Okay.
So it's all originals.
Rocky 1, I'm going to throw at 4.
Okay. Is that your favorite Rocky movie, or do you have a different one that you prefer?
I enjoy all the Rocky movies for their own fun quirks. I do think people overrate Rocky 4, but I think Rocky 1 is like a perfectly like awesome movie, especially when it was made.
You want to laugh? My friend Mike actually one day, I don't know like what got him to do it. Dolph Lundgren was doing he's like selling like booze now, and he did like a signing, and my friend Mike's like, "Oh, I'm going to meet Dolph Lundgren," and he's just like sent us a photo randomly of him and Dolph.
I love that he was in the gambling company commercial all NFL season last year, and his one line was, "The birds look strong." I was like, "Fuck yeah, Dolph."
So Rocky at number 4. We got to now go to Field of Dreams.
Ooh, Field of Dreams.
And there will probably be more Kevin Costner on this list.
Field of Dreams. It's funny you bring up Kevin Costner. My grandmother loved Kevin Costner. You bring up The Bodyguard, she had the sweats. Field of Dreams. I'm going to put it at 5.
Okay. Field of Dreams at 5, Rocky at 4. We're going to go a classic movie, in my opinion. I actually watched it for the first time with Kay. Well, I've seen it multiple times, but Kay watched it for the first time the other day. The 18th ranked best sports movie ever, A League of Their Own.
I'll put that at 6.
Okay. So Lotto goes 6. We got Field of Dreams 5, Rocky 4. Let's go to Caddyshack. One of arguably the best golf movies ever.
Caddyshack, I'll put. I feel good putting that at 3.
You're really stacking up the middle here on all of us. You're holding out for a good one, and I give you a lot of respect for that. Remember the Titans.
I'm going to put that at 7.
Really? Wow, I'm surprised by that. And also, I'm also surprised it's only ranked 36th amongst the greatest sports movies ever. It doesn't seem to make...
like, it's a good movie. I just think there's better across the board.
Ever so slightly ahead of them. The 34th ranked movie ever, Miracle.
Oh. Saw Miracle in theaters. That's how old I am. 2. Miracle goes to 2. It gives you the feel of like you're actually watching the game, and to have that theater experience was unreal. And it's such a well done movie. Like, it's one of the best.
You might consider this a bit of a stretch from being a sports movie, but I had to throw it on here. Talladega Nights, the story of Ricky Bobby.
Good movie, fun movie. I more so put that in like the comedy realm, but I see where it falls into sports. I'm going to put it at 9 simply because it's funny movie, like still holds up and is hysterical. Shout out to the Reds catcher who had the Ricky Bobby catching gear at the Speedway Classic. That was an absolute unmitigated disaster this weekend for MLB, but I'm going to put it at 9.
All right, so we have 10, 8, and 1 to work with. In my opinion, the best golf movie I've ever watched in my entire life. Tin Cup, with, of course, who else but Kevin Costner?
Never seen it, so I'm going to put it at 10.
Absolute shame. There are a lot of great golf movies I highly encourage you to watch. And honestly, I didn't put enough golf movies on this list. Legend of Bagger Vance should certainly be up there. That's Will Smith. This movie also, and this was actually, I didn't know this. This was actually his technically film debut that was not a part of a television network when they were creating the movie. The greatest game ever played with Shia LaBeouf as Francis Ouimet at the U.S. Open, taking down Harry Vardon.
All I have is 1, right?
You have 8 and 1.
Oh, I have 8 and 1.
You're holding out possibly for something, I feel, but
yeah, I've simply because I've never seen it. I know it's a good movie. I've never seen it though, so I'm gonna put it at 8.
Don't worry, you picked a really good one for number 1 to sit off of. It's The Sandlot.
Oh yes,
yeah,
yes, that's probably as perfect of a list as I've ever assembled. Blindly.
So we got Tin Cup, Ricky Bobby, the greatest game ever played. Remember the Titans, The League of Their Own, Field of Dreams, Rocky, Caddyshack, Miracle, and The Sandlot.
That's a perfect list. That is a perfect list.
I would push Remember the Titans up a little bit higher.
That is
Tin Cup. I understand being a 10. Granted, you've never seen it, but also like the idea that like that movie is just so revolutionary for the golf game. I do also want to point out some like nostalgic honorable mentions in my opinion. Fever Pitch, one of my favorite rom-coms ever. Also, a tremendous baseball movie. I also realized there are a ton of baseball films and not enough of like other sports. Everyone's gonna say, "Oh, Steve, you didn't put Hoosiers." Fuck you guys. Hoosiers sucks.
I thought you were going to put Invincible on the list.
The
Another
team is great.
movie.
Hoosiers, in and of itself, is a shitty movie. So is Rudy. I'm a Notre
Yeah,
Dame
Rudy
fan.
stinks.
Rudy
stinks.
fucking sucks. Invincible really is actually a great movie.
Invincible rocks, especially because it's based on a true story.
I didn't want to put too much Disney though in this list. I feel like a lot of these, and that also takes out, in my opinion, one of the best basketball movies ever, Glory Road.
You also forgot Space Jam.
Yeah. Whatever. Look, dude, I left so much out on the table here. Secretariat could have been on here. Cool Runnings technically could have been on this list. Personally, I love like Southpaw and Jerry Maguire.
Forgot
Million Dollar
Dodgeball.
Baby's a great movie. I left off like Bull Durham, which is one of the best love stories ever. Raging Bull. Like there's a ton of great movies that I left off this list. Even like, and granted, the TV show was exponentially better. But like Friday Night Lights, The Longest Yard, North Dallas 40. In my opinion, We Are Marshall is one of the best football movies ever. Hoop Dreams, He Got Game, Love and Basketball. Like there's a ton of sports movies that I could have very easily put on this list. Major League fits on there. If you want to talk like real comedy, basketball.
I was gonna say basketball, The Replacements.
Yeah, like even something as
Kicking and
stupid as,
Screaming.
So actually, you know, it's funny. This came up from a couple of guys. The Makeshift Project posted something. Who has the better movies, Adam Sandler or Will Ferrell?
Ooh,
I think a very legitimate argument can be made. And I love Adam Sandler. I do truly think though that Will Ferrell takes the cake.
Yeah, it's probably Will Ferrell.
Also absurd that Sandlot's ranked 82nd on IMDb for the top sports movies ever.
You also forgot two of the horniest sports movies ever: Goon,
The comebacks?
just by name alone, and Challengers.
I've never seen Challengers.
I haven't either, but it's wildly horny.
I have seen Challengers, yes, and I will admit I might have gotten a little bit riled up with seeing Zendaya on that bed.
You also forgot Dodgeball.
Yeah, The Express is a good movie too. Coach Carter. I mean, I left off
great.
I mean, I left off the OG Happy Gilmore, but like also like
Yes.
I didn't want to like put all these golf movies.
Mighty Ducks.
Yeah, it's so hard.
42. 42 is probably my favorite baseball movie.
No, I put like 5 movies ahead of that.
I love 42.
42 was good though. I saw it at midnight one night. I asked a friend, I'm like, yo, hey, want to go to the movies? They're like, oh, what's on? I'm like, oh, well, there's 42. Actually, you want to laugh? We got a free ticket to 42 because we pre-ordered MLB The Show like 15 or 16, and we got, or like 14, whatever it was. I think it was the Josh Donaldson game.
It had to be 14 because the movie came out in 13.
Yeah, then it was 14, I guess. And yeah, we got a free ticket to it, which was pretty cool. All right,
you
KB,
forgot the Blind Side. You forgot the Blind Side.
The Blind Side sucks.
It does, and it's not. It's like so bad. Everything that's come out about it.
Like that. Like I thought the movie was great for a long time, and like I was the kid. I'll never forget. Back in like 2010 when it came out, 2011. I used to trade for Michael Orr in like Madden franchises that I would do. I'm like, yo, dude, like Michael Orr, like he's so good. Like he was a very like mid guy, but also at the same time, like all the shit that came out about how terrible it is, and like Sandra Bullock like cursed out the actual Leanne Tui because of like the rights and everything. Like it's a terrible the way all that worked out. But anywho,
one last one. You forgot White Men Can't Jump. Great movie.
Is that Arsenio Hall or is that
or
no? That's
Wesley Snipes.
Snipes, thank you. Also, like Major League, I left off. Major League is one of my favorite movies. Have you watched Major League?
Mhm.
You know the scene where it's Pedro Serrano and it's like what's his religion? They're like voodoo. It's like fuck you, Jobu. I hit ball.
See ball, hit ball.
So I collect bobbleheads. You can't really see them here. My goal in life, if you want to write this down for a future birthday gift, I want a Jobu bobblehead so bad.
Jobu bobblehead.
You know, like Jobu from Major League.
Mm-hmm.
Jobu. Fuck you, Jobu.
Jesus, these bobbleheads are so wrong.
And he has the cigar in his mouth.
Yup. Jesus, they're so expensive.
Fuck you, Jobu.
It's like $160 bobblehead.
The Cleveland Indians gave them out as like a giveaway, like in the 90s.
Of course they did.
When the film came out, and it was
Of
like
course.
a huge hit.
Of course they did. Of course, the Cleveland Indians gave out that bobblehead.
Just a absolutely incredible movie. My goodness, absolutely absurd. All right, let's get to the good stuff. FedEx St. Jude, first playoff event, TPC Southwind. If you want all of the word on what to look at on the golf course, don't worry. We have you more than covered. A couple of things to note about Southwind this week. Of course, first round of the playoff, par 70, 7,200 yards. No cut, 69 players, top 50 advance to next week. In November 2024, TPC Southwind underwent a major renovation, most extensive update in almost 2 decades. They added 50 yards of length, totally rebuilt all of the greens. Turf changed from Champion to Tiff Eagle Bermuda, which is a very different new wave sort of grass that they've been using. They expanded 200 square feet on average. New greens means they're really firm. Years ago, it averaged almost a stroke negative per round since becoming a quote-unquote strong field event in 2019. It's a very tree-lined, narrow fairway with zoysia grass, rolling terrain. It's very hot. They call it the sweat in Memphis. There's 12 dog lays that make the course play a lot longer than it actually is. 12 par 4s. Most of them are at 450 yards plus. 4 par 3s, 2 par 5s, so that limits scoring chances. There are 10 holes with a 17% bogey rate, only 6 holes with a 17% plus birdie rate, the lowest on tour on both margins. Bermuda greens, really small greens, very sloping, going to be very, very, very firm. The rough is going to be very unpredictable. So we're looking at accuracy off the tee, a little bit of distance if you can get it, really strong putters. Winners here in the past have been really diverse, which is kind of funny for a event that like you think you need like premier golfers to succeed. I mean, this is where Will Zalatoris got his first career victory. But it also shows how important ball striking is to the overall metric on how to win this week. So I'm really feeling it for guys who are not only so skilled at ball striking, but they can putt it well. They have the good accuracy off the tee. I think there's a lot of good opportunities here to have some pretty good scoring ops this week. So with that being said, KB, it's time for our beer money picks presented by our friends over at Kenwood Beer. Tell the folks how good Kenny is to us as we enjoy the summer with Ice Cold Kenny.
It is Kenwood Beer, the official beer partner of Underground Sports Philadelphia. Just a refreshing light beer, 4.1% ABV, 120 calories, just 8 grams of carbs. You can crush them like Kyle Schwarber crushes some home runs. He hit his 40th home run tonight. You guys can go to kenwoodbeer.com, use the Kenny Finder to see who's got Kenwood Beer on tap in the Philadelphia, New Jersey, Pittsburgh, Maryland, and Delaware areas. You can also find Kenwood Beer at your local liquor stores in those markets. Again, that's kenwoodbeer.com. Must be 21 or older to do so. And as always, guys, please drink responsibly.
We start off with our make and miss the cut as we head into the first playoff event of the year. We're going to use this time to leverage our opportunity as some big-time gamblers to expand past the usual top 20, top 10. we're going to do what we do at majors. So we start off make and miss the cut. KB, the floor is yours.
I just want to make sure this is the FedEx St. Jude Championship.
It is indeed.
Okay. Of course we don't have
make and miss the cut.
anything there.
You can leverage. Oh, we don't even have anything outside the top 20. This sucks. Damn. Oh, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, let me double check another website just in case. This is great podcasting, everyone. If you want to learn how to podcast, do exactly what we're doing right now. It's just perfect stuff.
We love coming so super prepared to the
It's
to the
brilliant,
books,
brilliant podcast.
we're just absolutely like on one today.
Crushing the game right now.
You can get. They only have up to top 20s. I mean, I get it because there's no cut, so they probably don't have anything for like a top 40 or top 30. So we can go based on top 20 odds.
So yeah, that's why there's no make and miss the cut. There's no cuts. Steve.
Steve McAvoy is a fucking idiot.
Breaking news to the news desk here. Local New York man is a fucking bozo.
You know who you sound like? You sound like John Lovitz. You sound like John Lovitz specifically in the bench warmers.
By God, that ball is going back, gone. And I'm going to hand down that phrase to my great-great-grandson, Chris Berman.
Oh, my God. All right.
As soon as you said that, I was like, no wonder there's no make and miss the cut. I felt
fucking
so much
dope.
pressure to land my parlay again.
All right, top 20 pick. FedEx St. Jude. Oh my God! Wow, we're gonna clip that shit too, and it's gonna go all over social, isn't it?
Holy macaroni!
Oh my God, how dumb can I be? Fuck.
Top 20. I'm
Fucking schmucky McGee.
I'm gonna go with the guy who's been kind of having a high hand. Plus 140, Chris Goddard up.
Ugh. Get me up.
Wake
Please.
him up before we go.
Oh my God. Great track record at this golf course. He is a top 20 selection right now. At some pretty good lines. Donde está? Where are you on this board?
Biblioteca.
What?
You said donde está, and I said la biblioteca.
Shooter!
The most white boy phrase in Spanish that anyone can ever say.
Top 20 selection. Unfortunately, I'm not going to give you great odds. Actually, you know what? I can actually afford to give you really good odds here, which I think is a stupid point on my bit. I'm doing such fucking great podcasting. I deserve like a fucking medal for how good I'm doing right now. Top 20 pick. I'm going to go Daniel Berger at this selection. Has had plenty of opportunity at this golf course in the past. He's a two-time winner back when it was a WGC event in 2016 and 2017. He also placed top 5 in 2020 and 2021. Of course, has missed the cut in his last 3 years, or had not played at this event. Actually, he didn't even play at this event the last 3 years because he hadn't made the FedEx Cup playoffs. But Berger's back in the field. Big opportunity to do some really strong scoring. And I got Berger at plus 115. Very similar range like Bobby Mack. Chris Goddard up like we have listed as well. Top 10 pick.
I have. You said Daniel Berger, right?
Yes.
I have him plus 135 for a top 20. That might be
that
without
with
ties. It's without ties.
I have with ties.
My Goddard up pick is without ties. I trust him that much. It's gonna flop on me so hard. It's gonna be great. Top 10.
It's gonna bite you in the ass.
I'm gonna go Ludwig at plus 280.
I'm going to go with some recent success here for my top 10 selection. He has finished, dating back to 2019, 4th, 6th, 5th in 19, 20, and 22. Has not had great results in 23 and 24, but I think it's because his game just wasn't where he wanted it to be. But now he's once again back at a level of golf that is very similar to where he was when he was winning majors at the country club. He has not finished outside of the top 20 since the Travelers Championship. I'm going to go with Matthew Fitzpatrick for a top 10 performance with ties. That places him at a very nice and firm plus 200 for a top 10 selection. Top 5.
I'm going to go with, let me go to the ties actually. If I can, top finish including ties. No. Yes, here we go. I'm going to go Victor Hovland plus 550 including ties.
Ooh, good money on that play. For myself, top 5, including ties, naturally. Where do I go here? I'm feeling a little bit frisky. What do you think, KB?
Why not?
You feeling a little frisky?
Sure.
I'm gonna go plus 360. Not as frisky as you are. Tommy Fleetwood, top 5.
I'm not as frisky as you are, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, rock solid performances at this golf club in particular. Has finished 4th and 3rd here. He's never finished worse than 35th. You'll definitely see him chase the top of the leaderboard at some point, but his game is perfect for a golf course like this. So I trust him to perform well in this scenario. Your gimme selection before we get into that Four Nations and then that ladder parlay.
My gimme selection is going to be minus 140 Scotty Scheffler top 5.
You take Scheffler T5. I cannot believe that for Bermuda grass, right, firm and fast, the way this golf course is going to play, it's going to be a hot one. It's going to be like you're playing in a swamp. There's only one player who fits the bill perfectly for this kind of golf course, and I can get him a plus 105 with ties for a top 20. That's Sam Burns. Bermuda Burns is going to tear up this golf course. He's finished, in terms of recent success, he finished 5th here last year, finished 2nd all the way back in 2021. He finished 52nd back in 2023, but that was mostly due to injury. Also, the top 20 in 2022 in his 4 starts at this golf course. So I'm all in on Sam Burns for a top 20 pick. Your Four Nations parlay, KB, what you liking? What you cooking up?
We are cooking with the following. We are going to go with Corey Connors, top Canadian at plus 140. Hideki, top Asian at plus 150. We're going to go with Minwoo Lee plus 240 for top Oceania. And then Scotty Scheffler plus 200 for top American.
All right. I like it. What's the total payout on that one?
It's plus 6,020 odds, $10 to win 612.
It's pretty damn good play if you ask me. My ladder parlay this week, we don't have a 40, 30, 20, obviously. So I'm going to give you a trio of top 20 selections for this week's event. And I'm going to keep it really simple, guys. 3 names, top 20, all of which should land in the top 20 firmly. I'm not going with a gigantic pot here. I'm not swinging for the fences. I'm not going to give you Johnny Vegas or Matty Schmidt or Brian Campbell. But I'm going to give you 3 guys who are hovering right around plus money and will be able to get us and net us a pretty decent payday at the back half of this field. I'm going to go with Sam Burns, who I had listed already, plus 105. This is what ties. I'm going to take that Matt Fitzpatrick line. He's minus 125. Is a little higher up on the board. And I'm going to wrap it up with Harris English, who's also plus 105. That's those 3 legs will net you a 6-to-1 payout. So $10 pays out 60. If you want to get a little bit more sexy with it, I will also be throwing in, sprinkling in some money for an additional top 20 selection on who else. But the hot hand, as we've been talking about in the past few weeks, Chris Goddard up also. That'll jump you all the way. He's plus 120, by the way. That'll get you up to 15-to-1. So you can get a $10 bet that'll net you $150. So feeling pretty good about that selection. Think that we can certainly make some money with the English Burns Fitzy play. But the plus Goddard up is definitely getting me pretty, how do I say, hot and bothered.
It's getting you up.
It's certainly getting me somewhere, dude. I'll tell you that much, right? It's making me feel some ways I never felt before. Making me feel good up in here. By the way, I need to pay you some respect. I have not even looked at the finishes for the Wyndham Championship. I don't even know how we did in beer money. I've honestly been so like out of it. So I'm going to take a second and I'm going to tell you how you finished.
Well, while you do that, Steve,
Yes.
I'll tell the people about 5-Iron Golf.
Please do. That'd be great.
Our newest partner, 5-Iron Golf. Guys, there's truly nowhere better. I was talking to Owen about this over the weekend when we were at the Underground Circuit watch party and everything. Like, we're planning to do some stuff with 5-Iron Golf. Their tech is out of this world. They do the club fittings now. It's truly the best place to kind of just have a nice little get together, hang out with your friends, hang out with your family, and just kick back, relax, and enjoy some good old-fashioned golfing fun. Their simulators are second to none, and they have locations all across the U.S. with more popping up, what feels like by the day. Use our link in the description. Book your next visit to 5-Iron Golf. There's 3 in the Philadelphia area. There's a few in the New York area as well. But shout out to 5-Iron for being our newest partner, and I can't wait to hit up 5-Iron and do some stuff with them because the fact that they're right in our backyard is just sensational. So use our link in the description and book your next visit to 5-Iron Golf.
So looking at how we finished out, I believe you're the second guy here on this list. You know, I'm shocked that actually we did as well as we're about to talk about. Your Four Nations parlay hit.
No fucking way.
Echeverria was top South American. Victor Perez top Frenchman, and Hideki Matsuyama top Japanese. All the Canadians missed the cut. So I believe that voids if all Canadians miss the cut. So big shouts to you, my friend.
Fuck yes. But one week I don't bet it. Yes.
Also in the world of what the fuck the function, everything else missed. You also did bet Hideki top 30, which did in fact hit. I went 0-4, so I absolutely fucking sucked eggs on that one. So that was pretty good.
Yes.
So congratulations, first time nailing the play.
Yes. Yes.
Now we need to bet this week and see what happens.
It's gonna miss miserably.
Your winner this week at the FedEx St. Jude. Who are you taking?
I mean, I have to take Scotty for the Four Nations to hit.
That is true. You do need to take Scotty,
and he's at plus 280.
I'm going off the beaten path here for a winner. We've seen it a lot in these playoff events where the guy who wins is usually not one of the top players in the world. Yes, there have been instances. Patrick Cantlay won BMW a few years back. But like Tony Finau won a playoff event a couple of years ago. Will Zalatoris got his first PGA Tour win at this event. Guys jump to the top of the Tour Championship boards because of weeks like this. And they play really well, and they have an insanely strong week and they get through almost anything. I am going to take an outlier on this board to win this event. And with that being said, I'm going to take Harris English at 40-1 to win this event. Hits it straight, hits it long, putts it well, good ball striker, has the kind of profile that we're looking for. And I will say, like there are guys towards the top end of this list who I do like, and I do think have a really strong possibility to win. I mean, I'm eyeing guys like Sam Burns, again, that big-time putter, Ludwig Oberg, Tommy Fleetwood, Justin Thomas, Scotty certainly up there. I think Aaron Rye is a really sneaky shot, Russell Henley. But there's something about Harris's putting that's going to put him over the edge. He's more accurate on average. He's really good around the greens. His approach game has been great as of late. You look at his past few events, he finished second at the Open, 22nd at the Scottish, fourth at the Travelers, second at the PGA. Long courses he plays well at, and earlier in the year, he won at the longest golf course on tour at Torrey Pines at the Farmers Insurance Open. I love Harris English this week. Fits the profile to a T. Your winner at the FedEx St. Jude Invitational. KB, another great show. Amazing having you on. Awesome chatting. All things blind rankings, talking about who's in, who's out. Cameron Young, Mr. 1000. Some great shout outs on the LPGA circuit, as well as an awesome farewell once more to our friend Ian Baker Finch on a great career at CBS, ESPN, ABC, and on the PGA Tour and European tours. Some great birthdays. Shout out to Matt, Judy Mack, all the awesome people celebrating their birthday today as we celebrate here on August 4th. But with that being said, that's been episode 216 of your favorite podcaster's favorite podcast. To get in the whole podcast, episode 216, be sure to like, follow, subscribe on all of our social media platforms that get in the whole pod. Yes, sir.
You have something to plug that you're doing this week.
Do I have something to plug that I'm doing this week?
Yeah, Wednesday night, big dog.
Oh, yes.
Guest producer spot.
Oh my God! Wow, the world's an asshole on the next big shit, right? Welcome to the gang, baby.
I'll tell you what. The house show with Pat Pitts. I don't know a lick about wrestling. Pitts is where I get my wrestling information. Okay, he's my one go-to source. I will guarantee you, Steve, I'm not saying you're going to get into it. You will enjoy the fuck out of producing this show on Wednesday. Like,
yeah,
it
no,
is
I'm
so much fun just listening to these people call in. Pitt's giving his unadulterated thoughts about whatever they call in about. And, like, the fact that we have finally found his pocket of the interwebs for him to just go off is incredible. Like, Steve, you're gonna hear Pitts recapping SummerSlam that happened this weekend at the old East Rutherford MetLife Stadium. Jelly Roll wrestled this weekend at SummerSlam.
Love Jelly
against Logan Paul.
Oh my God.
Mad Libs.
The only thing that I heard, my friend TK was covering it for News 12 New Jersey. My friend Jordo was there as a fan. All I know is that Brock Lesnar showed up and that everyone went apeshit.
Yeah, that blew people for a loop. John Cena's good again. He's not ruining wrestling anymore. And it was the largest SummerSlam of all time.
Pitts texts me Saturday night. Got a job for you, guest producer, buddy. I'm going to send you quotes, texts throughout watching SummerSlam. Need you to write them down and bring it up on the show. He sent me one. So the unfiltered mind of Patrick Pitts is not even on my phone. I literally was like, I don't plan on doing a whole lot of talking. He goes, yeah, I don't care. However much you want. But I forget things that would be potentially good shit for talking about on the show. I'm like, all right, let's do a Q&A then. We'll make it a little bit easy. Well, unfortunately, he gave me only one thing to talk about. So I guarantee you, we're going to be talking about Alexa Bliss and how she's the girl you thought about when a punk rock love song came on. Yeah, whatever the fuck that means.
He sent me that as well. And my mind was just like, so Avril Lavigne ?
Yeah, I instantly thought of like Goth Demi Lovato, but yeah.
Yeah, it's a time, and if you're not listening to that show, like, and even if you're just a casual wrestling fan or you just want some good unadulterated comedy, you're in for a treat.
I'm actually very excited to be able to get on the house show and chat it up with Patty P. Like it's fun when you don't know anything because you're kind of like the comic relief of the show. Like that's like
It's like me on this show.
But but like you at least know enough golf to get you by. It's when I'm talking about like the random stupid shit that everyone's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
I mean, I'll say it, like, ever since Pitts has like welcomed wrestling into my brain's like thought process, like the big stuff, I'll just turn it on and see like what the hype is about, and like the production quality is unbelievable.
I'm gonna bring up on the show. I'm gonna be like, hey Pat, did you hear Hulk Hogan died?
I did that last. Well, I didn't. I brought a voicemail to the forefront, as Pitts likes to call him, the felt one.
Wait,
Delco Danny called in to talk about Hulk Hogan.
I should do a prank call. Like, so I don't know if you saw this, but the Eli Manning show, his new podcast.
Oh yeah,
You know
I meant to bring this up to you. The Giants met the Giants for dinner.
So it's funny, right? When Clemson played, I think it was like LSU in like a playoff game. I called the local WFAN show and I'm like, "Hey guys, you think the Clemson Tigers and the LSU Tigers are going to meet for dinner? Because they're both Tigers." I should do some stupid shit with Pitts on Wednesday. Leave a voicemail. That's going to be just some like wackadoodle. Hey, did you hear Hulk Hogan died? The Francisco clip is like, hey Mike, Stan Lee died, and he goes, who's Stan Lee?
Well, did you see the response to the tweet? The Winnipeg Jets just said, "Hey," at New York Jets, and then the Jets quote tweeted with the handshake emoji and tagged the NHL Winnipeg Jets and said, "It's the Office meme with Krasinski and Dwight Schrute." He's like, "Do you want to form an alliance with me?" Absolutely, I do. And they both just have a New York Jets and Winnipeg Jets hat on.
Oh, it's fucking great. I love it. Shout out to the social folks. Anywho, let's get out of here. Episode 216, Get in the Hole. Like, follow, subscribe on social media at Get in the Hole Pod, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, everywhere you can find us. On Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube at Get in the Hole. You can also find us at Underground Sports PHI on YouTube. You can get the entire library of Underground Sports podcasts, including Underground Circuit, OTB, Streamer Season, Top Bins, and now, of course, the house show that I'll be on Wednesday with the Patty Dick Pitts. Really excited stuff, guys. Be sure to like, follow, subscribe, leave a comment, 5-star rating if you've already engaged with us. It only helps get the word out even further, as we're already a top 100 podcast in the world. In the golf rankings, let's get even higher every single week. For KB, I'm Steve-O, episode 216 of Get in the Hole. We'll see you next week. Check me out on Wednesday at the house show. Otherwise, we'll see you on Monday. Peace out, folks. Thanks for listening to Get in the Hole, the official golf podcast of Underground Sports Philadelphia. Catch us every week wherever you get your favorite podcasts, and be sure to like and subscribe on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Get in the Hole Pod, and follow Underground Sports Philadelphia at Underground PHI. We'll see you next time. And remember,
Get in the hole!